All right, guys. MMA Al Dente here, talking to you about Darian Weeks versus Lainesse, which was a very close fight. Razor thin. Both guys needed this victory very badly. Well, they needed it anyway. And it went to Lainesse. It was a razor thin fight. I thought he won rounds 1 and 3. Well, whatever. That's how I felt last night. Darian Weeks, now that sucks for him. He's 0 and 3 in the UFC. Stolen a round from everybody aside from Ian Gary, but he stole rounds from Barberina and Lainesse, at least one. And Darian Weeks looked very good in this fight still, despite losing the decision. So I'd like to see him stick around, to be honest. That guy just, maybe he should leave the UFC, put some wins together on the outside, get his shit together, because he's still an inexperienced fighter. And, he's very good defensively, looked very good and whatever. And I thought he was going to start to take over the fight in round 2, which, it looked to be on course for that to happen. But instead, Lainesse hung in there. And I think Lainesse, where he was put away by Gabe Green in round 2, that's just something Darian Weeks doesn't have in him. He doesn't have the... He's got finishes in every non-UFC fight, I think, but he doesn't seem to have the power to change the course of a fight and to put away anybody at the UFC level. He hasn't shown it yet. He's got good hands and everything, and it was clear that Johan was the more powerful guy, I thought. But still, Darian Weeks, he's slow and steady, got good hands. It went about how I thought it was going to go, where Johan was circling out and coming in with a big right hand, and he was doing that over and over and being the powerful puncher and having success. And then things started tightening up as he got more tired and his movement turned to shit. Darian Weeks was outstriking him, outboxing him, and beating him in round 2. And then Lainesse, Darian Weeks let him back into the fight. I don't know if I should say let him, but he couldn't take him out of the fight, where somebody like Gabe Green found a similar momentum swing and was able to take him out. Which, again, as I mentioned in the pre-fight video, Lainesse is aware of how he lost that Gabe Green fight, and I'm sure he did everything he could to mitigate that loss. Worked on his cardio and his striking defense and everything, and it all came together for him here. And not that, it was a clear victory, but it goes down as a victory. So, great win for Lainesse. Really tough loss for Darian Weeks. Obviously, he's right there of the caliber of Lainesse, right there on the same level. But now for a guy with 3 fights, 3 losses inside the UFC, it's a very good chance he gets cut. It sucks for a guy who's proven, in my opinion, to be a worthy UFC fighter. Lainesse, this could have gone against him, and it would have looked very badly. But instead, it's gone his way, and that's cool, because I'd say I'd rather watch him fight than Darian Weeks. Not that I want to, shit on one of them, cut him. I respect both guys, but Lainesse is the guy I'd rather watch fight. And I hope, I hope he develops into a good fighter. Although if he doesn't, it's still going to be very entertaining, because he's a powerful guy whose chin and cardio are a little suspect at this point. You can't say they're bad because he's too young of a fighter. But moving forward, he's only going to fight tougher guys now. He's climbing the next rung of the ladder in the UFC. And we'll see how it pans out, how it plays out. But, yeah, not a bad first fight of the night. Very competitive. When a fight doesn't bring you the most action or the most excitement, where a guy is hurt, the most big moments, the least you could ask for is that it's competitive. And that's what this one was, right up until the moment when the decision was read. I had no idea. All right, that about wraps it up. Then I'm going to recap the whole thing here. You guys, thank you for tuning in. UFC 279 was a very fun event. It was a weird card to begin with and only got weirder. But it was a very fun event from beginning to end. And thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit.